All right, that's our discussion for the day. All right, let's get into the review. Like I said, we're talking about 3 series, Delicious in Dungeon. And with that, Jaz, I'm gonna be honest, I only watched the first episode. So when we do the next anime talk, we'll talk about 2 and 3. But I'm caught up on Blue Exorcist and I'm caught up on Solo Leveling. We will talk those 3, but you watch some others. Tell us about the others you've watched really quickly. This is Jazz's Anime Corner, baby. We got Jazz's Music Corner on the BrosWhoThink podcast. This is Jazz's Anime Corner. All right, give us some of the things that you watched and that you want to discuss.
So, the one that people were recommending me a lot, and I know it's like not like a newer anime, is Frieren.
Okay.
I've been
Yeah, it's from
watching.
2023. Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching that a lot, but I've been kind of, I'm not gonna say in and out. I'm still like I'm 2 episodes deep, but I do like the aspect that we're seeing the journey of somebody who outlives their
Everybody. Yeah.
everybody else in like in episode 2. And I don't want to spoil it for you if you're not that far, but like
I'm not. It's okay.
um but like there's a scene where it's kind of like one of her party members is like going through something,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of has to like take on his will. And I think it's going to be interesting going forward, seeing how she deals with like the human dilemma, because she's like, oh,
Mm.
like I've gone through parties and parties after parties, but it seems like this is the one that's starting to
Really mess with her.
really change her. And I'm like, really,
Mm.
so I'm seeing why people said this was good, like, so I'm really excited
Okay.
to watch more.
Hell yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Anything else you watched before? I know you sent something else.
I watched the first episode of the Apothecary Diaries.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
I might be saying that really wrong. It's an
Oh no,
interesting
it's
premise.
Apothecary Diaries. You're right.
Apothecary. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting premise on like Imperial China for sure.
Okay.
Um
Is it a war
I just
story?
I wouldn't say it's more so like a war story. It's more so of like kind of like, I want to say, finding yourself story, because
Oh, okay.
it follows a girl who was like working in the red light
Oh, it's
district,
not
who
action
was like,
packed. Okay.
yeah, yeah, no, 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 I say it's like more of like a romance, so it's like kind of more
Okay.
like a, oh, I don't want to say Cinderella and Prince Charming. That's probably not
Mm.
accurate, but
Is that
it's
is that
something.
it's a damsel in distress finding herself type shit?
Yeah, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm definitely interested to watch more. And Chain Soldier's cool. It's just a tad horny.
Okay.
It's a
Got our
tad
etchy
horny.
bag. Okay.
Yeah.
We
So I
still
was
got
like,
etchy lovers of course.
yeah. I didn't even know it was gonna be that. And so I was like, oh,
I thought I didn't know my new co-host would be just as much of an etchy fan as one Chris SJE.
I'm an
Shout
I'm
out to
an
our brother
accident.
Chris.
I'm an accidental Exy fan. This does not happen often. But I don't
The
know.
etchy
There's nothing
bag.
really much to go off that. Like, as I get
Okay.
a couple episodes deeper, I'll definitely talk more about it
All
for
right,
sure.
bet. All right, well, let's start off with Delicious in Dungeon. Like I said, I only watched the first episode, but I'm literally, as soon as we finish, going to watch the second episode because I loved it. It was so much fun as just like this cooking, beating monsters in a dungeon anime. I loved it. I will say I thought Marcel came off a tad too strong in the first episode. Like, bitch, y'all don't have no money. Y'all can't eat nothing. Y'all can't buy food you're normally doing. You just gotta suck it up and eat these damn scorpions and stop complaining. This
You
dwarf
know,
is trying to make something fire for
bro.
you, but you bitching.
You know Marcel from River Ranch. You know she don't eat stuff like that.
That for those that don't know, River Ranch is a snobby area in our city, so Marcel is a snob. No, 100%. I thought it was interesting that the scorpions were basically crawfish. That blew my fucking mind when it changed to red and how they were like, you could, it was like a crawfish lobster mix. That was
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
It was so it was so funny how like this like dwarf is just like walking around,
Yeah,
like
just
just I guess
random.
looking for people to share his like
In
interest
a
in like
normal
cooking
shonen, he would
monsters.
be betraying them. like legit. Like in a
Yeah, for
normal
sure.
shonen, it would have
Like
been like,
at first
why
I
are
was
you
like,
joining this squad?
at first I was like, how do you know all this? Like,
Mhm.
you just
I was
came up
expecting
like
something bad. Like, are you poisoning them, trying to steal their gear? Like, what is going on?
But like I
It
think
was so wholesome.
it was, and I like it. Like even
Mm-hmm.
I think even episode 2 kind of dives deeper into it, but we're not going to talk about
Okay.
that because you haven't watched. But like the first episode was actually like, I wouldn't say an interesting premise, but it's like it's the fact that like his sister got eaten by a dragon,
And
and
he was yeah,
he has
he don't have
no sense
nothing.
of urgency
No,
at all.
wait, no. See, my thing is, she got eaten. She risked her life to save y'all. I thought we was moving on. Like, you trying to go? You don't have no gear. You don't
But
have nothing. How you beat that fucking dragon?
but the crazy part is they're like, oh, it takes a dragon a long, like, so that's the
A
plot. That's the
long time
plot.
to
It takes
digest.
the
Yeah,
dragon a long time to digest. But I'm like, okay, by the time y'all get to her,
it's been 2 days.
there's no way you're gonna tell me that she's not digested. She's boiling in them stomach acid, bro. I'm sorry. Like
them niggas fixed 2 meals and camped out and still not to the sister. And they got a lot of levels to go, it seemed.
like every level. I view it as I view it as food. It's like dungeon food wars, just without all the horny. Like
Yeah, facts. I will say I also like how the world was laid out. How you have this catacombs to start the dungeon, but then you get to this luscious forest. Like as you go down, it changes. That kind of blew my mind with the different environments and stuff.
Yeah, man. I think it's definitely gonna be one of those ones to actually have like some pretty decent world building.
Yeah, I agree. Out of the characters we got Marcel, Leonis, I think is his name, and then you got the picklock man, and then the dwarf. I think the dwarf was my favorite of the first episode because Leonis is fucking dumb. The knight nigga, that nigga is dumb. He was about to just eat, so he didn't know how to prepare none of that.
He was just dead about to eat a scorpion, and he did have the book, but it's like, bro, the book would have killed you.
Yeah, that man said, bro, the fucking tail is nasty. Y'all was about to eat some nasty shit.
I mean, look, I had to look up his name, Shenshi. I do like the dwarf as well. I just feel like
Shensi's the dwarf. He was fire.
He brings like a sarcastic, but like kind of like dry humor to the group, because it's like, he's dead ass serious, but he's funny.
With everything,
like, bro. Sometimes, like, you're gonna see it in the next episode. Like, this nigga do not give a fuck. He's just like, I'm trying to cook monsters.
Yeah,
and like he's low key kind of a dickhead.
See, I like it because Marcel is a cunt. Marcel pissed me off in them first episodes, and Laios, whatever his fucking name is an idiot. So I'm hoping that Shinsi is great. I want to see what Chilchuck has to offer. That's the pickpocket.
You'll see it in the next episode.
Okay, I'm excited to see what Chilchuck.
Tim's is kind of cool.
Okay,
he's kind of cool.
Okay, hell yeah. What would you rate episode 1 out of 5 for our ranking scales? We're gonna do out of 5 now, not out of 10. I would say episode 1 got a solid 4 for me. I'm interested. I want to watch the next episode. Great animation, great story.
Yeah, I'd definitely say like a 4 for sure.
Okay, yeah.
It was really interesting.
Delicious in Dungeon has the anime talk stamp. We will be reviewing it throughout the season. You should definitely watch along with us. All right, let's go to Blue Exorcist, which is a season 3. So it's coming off the Kyoto season for those who didn't watch, and then the first season where he finds out he has demon powers. What's interesting to me about season 3, I didn't know the organization was that big, bro. The way that they made it seem in the Kyoto season and in the first season, it was just Fells and like the organization that's at the school. I didn't know we had lightning. I knew we had that paladin, but I didn't know they had that full room of like fucking people, of paladins and exorcists. It's like, oh shit, we can have 6 other seasons.
Nah, that Illuminati shit run deep.
And see, that's another thing that blew my mind. I didn't know they had a side group called the Illuminati that's trying to utilize the devils. As the new villains, that's interesting to me.
as some, I forgot who explained this to me, but like, I don't know what it was with Blue Exorcist the first season. I'm not sure what exactly happened with it. I think
it felt small, man.
Kind of like, I think it was like anime canon is what they call it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like,
this is real manga canon.
So this is like but they said this is like the arc that got Blue Exorcist an anime.
Oh, okay. So Kyoto
So
was the real first manga arc, and this is the real big one that got it the anime. Okay.
yeah,
All right. So this is interesting.
I just like to see all
It
my
makes
characters again on the
sense.
screen, man.
It makes sense because now we're seeing the world truly be built. It's like, oh shit, lightning, the palette. Who are all these people? They
Right.
were not anywhere in the first couple of seasons.
And I love that it's coming back. I
Mm-hmm.
love Mephisto, man. That's my
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, that's
He's
okay.
so
See,
fun. He's so funny.
Mephisto is hilarious, Fells. Bro, I like fucking Yukio with his guns, but
Man,
he.
fuck. Look, that's the only thing Yukio got going for him. Besides that, he a bitch.
Yeah, he do be having some bitch shit. I can't lie. I just like that he be blowing them Glocks. I also like Lightning. Lightning's very interesting in this season.
Oh yeah,
I want to know
sure.
more about him. What's his power? Because the paladin nigga just a sword nigga. Whatever. Fuck that nigga. Ring could beat his ass. But what's up with the gun? Well, I mean, what's up with Lightning in his bull hat? He seems very Kisuke-ish.
Yeah, I look as somebody. I love Blue Exorcist, but I've never read the manga, so this is all new to this is all
New
new
to
to
me
me.
too. Yeah, facts.
So look, we'll be reviewing this one.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that
So the first episode we got to see the guy with the glasses step up. The second episode it was about the girls. How did you just feel about those? Because I felt like the stuff that was interesting was the world building outside of the main cast. But how did you feel about the main cast as battles in the first two episodes? I like how glasses nigga step up. I can't lie, he needed to.
Cause it feels like he's kind of like a background character as that guy
Mm-hmm.
to where it's like, do I really trust Ren? Do I not? Because like the flames of the devil, basically
Mm-hmm.
took out his whole family. But it's like obviously Ren's a different person, so it's like it's cool to see him like be confident and like step up and stuff like this because it's like, oh shit, you're more than just a trope. I like that.
Yeah, facts. You
I
got some
like that.
actual things because I thought that nigga was gonna be out the group by now.
Yeah, but he's too integral.
He's important.
He's really kind of like the logic of it. And
He's the
like
Shikamaru of the group. He's the strategist.
I don't know. I didn't really feel ways about the girls in this episode.
Yeah, the
I know
chick
it's not
episode was whatever. I'm not to
like
be
I mean like
sexist. It was just
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. We not gay or Horikoshi here, but we gotta keep it a bean, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Because that girl with her foxes, she was just being a cunt.
Her power is cool, but I feel like she's
She's Megami.
She's a tsundere. Like she's a
Yeah.
tsundere type. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
And she has Megami powers. She has two foxes that she summons to kill shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think Nini is cool. Her power is cooler with her little forest troll.
The battle botanist is what I call her.
I like that name. All right, hell yeah. I would say the first two episodes of Blue Exorcist get a solid 3 for me. Nothing spectacular to come home, but there's interesting points in there to make it not get a 2.
Yeah. I say a 3.
Okay, hell yeah. All right, let's get to solo leveling. This is new. Look, I think the first 2 episodes did a good job of where the manga, where the manhwa did as well of drawing you into the world. Because I think at episode 3, with the fact that at the end of episode 2, you got to see him say, press yes to continue on, but you only got 2 seconds. It's like, wait, what? This is a video game? And it's like, ooh, now you get to see the premise of this. It's not necessarily a video game, but it's interesting. I know you were lukewarm on solo leveling, but I gotta say, I'm still
a little lukewarm on it, but
I know.
Him
doing that dungeon in episode 2, I think really sold me on. Damn, people need to watch this.
Yeah, I was not really sure what to expect into coming into solo leveling. All I saw every time I see something about solo leveling, I just see the manhwa panel of him just saying rise, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, we gonna figure it out.
I'm like, I don't know, but I guess we don't know. But it definitely a coming of age. Like what is he reminds me of some character who was like low on his luck, and then got like a second chance at life. I'm not remembering his name right now, which is terrible.
It does have Kenichi, the mighty disciple. It has some that aspects to it of being a loser. Or
like a Takamichi type of vibe.
Yeah, true. Takamichi. Or I want Kirito wasn't a loser at first, was he? From Sword Art Online? I don't remember if he was a loser at first. He might have been. I don't think so.
No, he was just a no life.
Oh yeah, he was just all about the video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't equate that to the
I'm
same
trying to
thing.
think of
Like,
another character because Jinwoo is like someone that is kind of fairly recent where they sucked really bad at first. Oh, Shield Hero. It's very Shield Hero-esque. Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what? You are completely correct. I think I was forgetting because I have not watched Shield Hero since the first season. So
I stopped at the second season, so I'm right there with you, brother. But yeah, no, he's very Shield Hero-esque. And what I liked was the goriness of it. They kept the mature vibe. They was that poor nigga who got sliced in half that was trying to get back to his family.
Bro, the dude who got disintegrated and all that was left was his ankles.
Was it? Oh yeah,
Dude,
he got taken out.
me and my friends
like,
were watching that. We were like,
he was like, my speed gonna save me. Well, yeah, no, nigga, your ankles. That's all that's left.
bro. And then how everybody left him, bro.
But see, I think them niggas died. I don't remember and I know I read a little bit ahead of where the anime is, not much, like 2-3 chapters, but I'm pretty sure they died. I'm pretty sure that was the trick. Like it's like you were supposed to stay to finish the game, but I think them leaving, I think them niggas died, but I'm not 100% sure.
That would kind of suck. But
that's what I hope happened because I hope it's a trick. It's like you were supposed to stay, and if you stay and beat the dungeon, you get ultimate power.
That might be what it is, actually.
I think that's what it is, bro. 100%. Like,
but I definitely it's definitely a good premise. I feel like I like when shows immediately show you a power ceiling, so it doesn't feel. I'm not gonna say like it's not gonna feel like there's gonna be power creep because there's gonna be power creep no matter what.
But it's like, okay, this nigga like the OP,
power creep.
It makes sense why he's OP. Yeah,
right. Because it's like you see, it's like how. It's like, I don't know if you ever played MapleStory, but this is the best way I can equate this. Like when you start off a job, like as a certain character, like or as a certain class, like you start off as them like at peak. somewhat max level, right?
Gotcha.
So you understand what you're working towards when you start the character, and then your character gets knocked down. So in this sense, it's not the same thing, but it's like, you see the peak of, I guess, the power in the world, and then you see the lowest guy,
which is him.
So then it's like, then it's about to flip.
Yep, yeah, that nigga about to get strong, and I'm very interested because at the end of episode 2, that button came 2 seconds. Click yes or no. That nigga click yes. I wonder what that means because he was pretty beat up. He don't have a leg. His inside, like they gonna have to heal everything.
Yeah, man's was messed up. So that better regen him.
But how crazy is that? The fact that we're figuring out now, because at first I thought it was just sword and shield isekai type shit, but the fact that there's a game element to it, that's interesting to me. I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
Also, I like the fact that, because I thought it was an isekai too, but I like that there's the magic element that's added into it, like in the Hunters, because regular life still goes on. Like, I imagine, true. Like, there's still everything else in life is okay.
It's normal, but you can go through these dungeons and make money, which is crazy to me.
Right, and I think that's gonna also like watching a character like climb too. So I'll just have to see how he climbs through this.
I would say episode 2 was a 4, episode 1 was a 3. That's what I would say.
Yeah, episode 1 was just like introduction.
Yeah, it was very bland. Episode 2 was like, oh, okay. But see, I think episode 3 and 4 is what
I would actually give episode 1 a 2 in my personal opinion.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it getting a 2.
But like episode 2, I feel like is a 3.
Okay, so you went 1 and 2 for episode 1. You went 2. Episode 3, you went 3. For me, I go episode 2 is a 4. Episode 1 is I'll say 2.5 because I don't even want to give it a 3. I think you're right. It was just very basic, bland introduction. Episode 2 is what took it to the next level for me, and I think.
Yeah, but I also feel like this one isn't one that's gonna get like a 4 or a 5 for me until like it starts
peaking, ramping. That's fair. That's fair. And look. The moment we figure out what this nigga can do, and we see him on his first mission with that change haircut that we see in all the because in the panels, that nigga look badass with his neo black sleek clothes with his haircut. Like, whoever's in the dungeon, that nigga look weak.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm not rocking with this, all those people who put me on solo leveling, I'm coming for you. So this better be
yeah, because people said this was better than God of High School, and this is better than Tower of God. I've heard people say this is the best one, so I like Tower of God.
That's
I'm a big
crazy
Tower
saying
of
it's
God
better
fan.
than Tower of God. Like I
That's
know
what
people
people
who ride or
said.
die for Tower of God.
And
Bro.
I read Tower of God now, and I'm excited for season 2. But they say solo leveling's the best manhwa. We gonna see. We gonna see. So, all right, but that's pretty much the review. That's it for episode 103. Jazz, tell the people they can follow you at on social media. Oh well, actually, real quick, you want to talk about the One Piece anime now or next episode? We can do it next episode.
Let's just get out of the way. Let's talk about it now.
All right, let's talk about it now. How'd you feel about the new shit?
bro, the introduction to Egghead, I guess that was 1089. Yeah.
The episode where we got to see Sob like, about everything leading up to pre-Egghead. I like that episode more than the first Egghead animation.
The first Egghead episode was like, okay,
was man.
Obviously carried by Doll. You know what I'm saying? You
The
know
Leloucia episode was nuts.
Dude, I
was terrified.
It felt like watching something that wasn't One Piece for a minute,
and it felt like I was watching something I shouldn't have been watching. Like it felt they made it to where it was like, oh shit, this is an event. This shit matters. This shit is terrifying. And y'all like when the Gorosei said, yeah, this never existed. You don't worry about this. Seeing what happened to them, it makes you understand. Like, holy shit, if the world knew about this, it would be in chaos.
Like, yeah, this is one of those times to where it's like, I know people are always like, read the One Piece manga, read the One Piece manga. This is one of those times where the anime
was better than the manga. I agree.
But it's one of those things to where I feel like in like how you deliver a sentence, because like we could read, yeah, nothing happened that day, but the way that like the Gorosei member said it was nuts. Was chilling. It was chilling. It was like.
And then to have while before it's going off, you cross between Emu touching the butterfly in his eye, and then seeing the eye zoom in. Everything that they did cinematic wise, turning One Piece into a horror like film thriller, that was incredible. That was incredible.
And then afterwards, when they show like the big crater where Leloucia used to be, that was
nuts. And then seeing also how the world was affected from the weather from Leloucia, because I don't know if people in the anime realize, but all that stuff that was happening to Bonnie was because of Leloucia getting exploded.
Right.
The tremors and the earthquakes and stuff.
Also, another thing I like that the anime did, they didn't show where Sabo was when the explosion happened.
True.
So they made it more they made it more ambiguous.
To where where if you're anime only, you don't know if Sabo survived. You don't know.
I like that though.
I liked really it too. That's something that the manga definitely cleared up right when you saw what happened to Leloucia. And the crazy thing is, the next episode they didn't explain it either. I don't think they're gonna let us know what happened to Sabo until
we get to the
where it's like where we're Cross Guild, Rev, Garp, Sabo. I mean not Sabo. Shanks and then Blackbeard. That when we get the outside of Egghead shit, I think that's when they're gonna tell us the fate of Sabo.
I thought that was really cool, but then
the Egghead episode was whatever. Yeah.
Like when we switched to like the Warm Eddie kind of stuff, it was cool seeing the Straw Hats like interact with each other, because you know me, I always like more Straw Hat interactions. Watching them all like commandeer the ship,
that was great,
so cool.
But I will say, the Bonnie stuff, where you say anime elevates sometimes, this was a time where the anime really just showed how creepy the Bonnie being a 12-year-old girl and then turning 22 and shaking her titties.
I'm not
even though mentally she's 22 and bodily she's 22, so it's quote unquote okay. It's just weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna come to the animator's defense in this.
Me neither.
But like the Bonnie's real age like reveal was very recent, so they might have animated this episode before that even happened.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that they still
doesn't change it.
This episode the same way if they knew that their real age.
It's just like how we have problems with the manga in Saba Odi when we meet Bonnie and she's sexualized. Then it's like. And we don't know the age. It's like, it's still bad.
At this point, I've just grown to accept that all
Y-
mangaka are weird.
Yeah,
I've just grown to accept it.
it's just, this is not a good look, Oda. This is the one character that I just don't like that you've done. And it's not that Bonnie's a bad character. It's just,
No. Bonnie's a great character.
it's just the age thing. And I know, like he says, when she turns an age, she's that age mentally and physically. So she's 22 legit, but it's still weird because I know even though she's 22, she could turn back to 12 or she could turn to 68. Yeah. It's weird all the way around.
Yeah, but the One Piece anime isn't gonna start turning up for a couple episodes. I feel like we're just gonna get the introduction to
Egghead.
Vegapunk.
That's why I was like, we not about to get no fire episodes for at least two at least a month. Maybe.
You know what? Let's propose this. Every 5 episodes of One Piece,
that's when we talk about it.
I don't feel like a lot is happening week to week.
I don't think so either.
Until we get to like those episodes, I don't really feel like a lot's happening.
Until the fighting starts, there's no point in us talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, like there's lore here and there, but we could talk about that in the 5 like
facts.
In a 5 like
Egghead will pick up though. I'm saying by February, by middle of February, that's when Egghead will be picked up, or definitely by the end of February.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, all right, now Jazz, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on TikTok, Cornell D God.
Make sure you go follow Jazz. You can follow me at LynBWT on TikTok, Twitter. Follow Bros Who Think on Twitter. We will be having more TikTok content, so Bros Who Think will be on TikTok soon enough. Or it'll probably be anime talk. Something anime from me and Jazz will be on TikTok, as well as make sure you check out our YouTube content because there still will be a One Piece manga review, as well as some Sakamoto Days stuff. And I will be starting a Kaiju number 8 series, which I'm excited about. I'm going to see if I get a co-host for that. I'm trying to see if we get Dan to come talk Kaiju number 8 with me. But nonetheless, we will be doing Kaiju number 8 stuff. But until next anime talk, y'all have a good one and peace.